Hey, what's up? What's going on out there? I was checking out this video with Gabrielle Union. She's on this podcast. I don't know this other chick name, but she was basically talking about her relationship with Dwayne Wade and splitting things 50-50. And I guess now all of a sudden she's having some revelation where it's okay to let him pay for all of everything because he quote unquote can. But I just thought this little segment was just interesting what she was talking about. And keep in mind, this chick is an actress too, and she was championing all this uh, feminist ideology and all this type stuff, and like, you know, don't let some man pay 50. Go, you got to go 50-50 so they don't have control over you, and you're the master of your destiny. Blah 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 blah, all this crap. But I'm gonna let some of the video play and make my point.
And 50-50 is I'm not going to be vulnerable enough to trust you with 100% of anything. Not my heart, not my cash, not my, my energy. And when I started to really address that, and I was like, do you want to pay the whole mortgage? I thought I was about to die. I had such anxiety. Like, I was crying, I was shaking. And he was like, yeah, you insisted on that. He's like, I thought it made you feel better. I'm like, it did. And right now I want to take it back, but let's just try.
Yeah, exactly. She brought it up. So honestly, I'm gonna keep it real. All right, if you have a family, you have a wife, kids, etc., and you a quote unquote man or whatever, you should try to the best of your ability to take care of everything in your household. Now I know it's not 1950 where the majority of men are out here working or whatever, and it's a lot more women, working now. It's like, split. But if you can, just try to do as much as that as possible. I mean, it's your duty and your responsibility as a so-called, as a man, to take care of your household the best as you can. I mean, there's nothing wrong with women going out there and getting money or doing whatever. That's cool. And if she wants to contribute whatever she wants to, that's even great. But it's at the end of the day, that responsibility is going to fall on you. Now, if you find a good enough woman that's not going to pocket her money and going to make sure the family is okay and make sure you're all right, then that's great. And she's willing to contribute in different ways monetarily. I mean, excuse me, especially monetarily if she's able to, then that's great. But if you have a family and you got kids, wife, etc., just be prepared to take as much of that responsibility on. I know it's a lot nowadays because the work balance thing. Is more women working now, so the job availability for men is not the same. So it's not going to be that same ratio, like I said, like in the 50s or something. But just try your best.
For a month. And I was like, I couldn't, like, it felt like there was something blocking in my, from even swallowing or breathing. It felt crazy. Now it sounds crazy to be like, you, Mr. NBA superstar who made a bazillion more amount of money than I do, can pay the mortgage. Because I hate the feeling of releasing that to someone. And
Nah, she hate the feeling because it's probably dried up for her for real. She's not probably booking the same gigs. She's getting the same movies, etc., all that type of stuff. So she's feeling it probably in her pocketbook, proverbial prop pocketbook. I don't think it's trying to give up something emotionally. No, she just getting hit in her pockets and she don't want to admit it.
release that to someone, chaos can happen. And so
That's what it goes back into my point too about being able to take care of the household. Somebody like Dwayne Wade the man been making tons of money on and off the court, and he's like, man, I'll take care of it. I handle it. That's what he's supposed to do. That's what he's been wanting to do, from my understanding. But if she's able to provide um, extra to that, that's great. And she's willing to do that and not just pocket it and be selfish and just be ready to make a move, then that's great. But she, like he said, she wanted to do that 50-50 stuff and it backfired on her ass when she saw them bills coming out, probably.
these are baby steps. Now, did I settle on about 35% of the more, instead of 50? Sure. But, I'm trying to, okay, you got it. You got it. And it's brought us closer because he knows it's not about whether he can afford it. It's being vulnerable enough to be open enough to know that I'm okay. I'm okay as his wife. I'm okay. He's okay as my husband. I'm okay in this family. I'm okay in this home. I deserve it. And I'm okay. And no matter how much I want to try to control time or people or every situation by overthinking about every single thing that could possibly happen that never happens, I'm not any safer. I'm not any further along. If anything, I've made my life and my world smaller. And so I'm trying to expand my heart, expand all of the notions of what vulnerability can look like. And I'm saving a lot of money, really, is what it gets down. No, but
Yeah, she laughing, but that's a nervous laugh. I don't give a damn what anybody says. That's the whole crux of the whole argument with her or the situation. She wanted to save money because that that mortgage amount or whatever the bills were that they were splitting was knocking a hole out of her pocket. Clearly, I mean, just say if she paying 20,000 a month or something like that, like, and that's gonna knock just in the mortgage. That's gonna knock a hole out of her pocket, and especially she's not an actor or actress like that. That's getting it like that. Like she's on that level where she'll be able to maintain that type of money, or have those kickbacks for whatever films or shows she's done. So that money was definitely knocking a hole out of her pocket, and she's trying to come into some fake revelation like, oh, it's okay to let go. It's like, no, your ass was that money was flying out of your pocket, and you trying to come up with some cockamamie ass excuse.
it feels good to, I don't know, relinquish some of the things that I really thought kept me safe. It's like my security blanket. Mm-hmm. My accountant is like, girl, get a blanket. Like, get a weighted blanket if you need to. But it's baby steps, and I don't have all the answers. And I said it so definitively, on my boys' podcast.
I remember that.
50-50. And the reaction was wild to me. I'm like, everybody doesn't do this? I mean, obviously I know there's people who don't do this, but the reaction was so aggressive. And for me, it felt like empowerment. You know what I mean? And not just mine. Because it was like, when you've been loved conditionally, when you have a couple nickels more than somebody else, people change how they treat you, and they want to be around you, and they will shift and change their notions of love to be in your world. And it sucks. It hurts. It hurts so badly when it's family or your friends or. And I never wanted to do that to him.
All right, that's pretty much the end of that part. It's a whole interview out there. Like I said, I think it's called Balanced Black Girl. The other chick that's up there that's hosting it or whatever. You can check her out. Check out the whole thing. But I watched that segment and I was just like, it just came down to the money, not all this giving up, relinquishing some type of feeling. No, her ass was going through it. That mortgage and those bills was knocking a hole out of her pocket, and she trying to come up with some excuse talking about that. But that's my 1-2 on it. Leave your commentary. Let me know what you think.